Back at it again, and I came across this video yesterday, and I really wanted to share it with you guys because it is absolutely disgusting what is happening, allegedly is happening. Because you know what, I'm just gonna show you the video. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
We told you on Monday that the Biden administration was giving billions to a shady solar company accused of ripping off old people. Terry Blythe said a Sunnova salesman tricked her 86-year-old dad with a dementia into buying 30 grand worth of solar panels.
One night about 3 years ago, a guy went door to door and pressured them into signing a contract that night. I guess he told them that they wouldn't be out any out-of-pocket up front. Well, it turned out to be a 25-year lease, which is, by the way, a lot worse than a sell. You don't even get the tax credit. Sunnova does. It's like somebody went to my house and they robbed my parents, and now they're getting billions of dollars for being criminals.
Turns out the history of this company riddled with complaints. We discovered shady solar companies, many funded by Biden, from California to Texas, Florida, New Jersey, you name it, are scamming the poor and elderly. Now, we're beginning to think the entire solar industry is a scam, and that Joe Biden poured $400 billion of your money into the scam. And guess who gives away all this money to these solar companies? The solar czar. Jigar Shah is a solar panel financing wizard. And he's letting solar panel companies hand out leases like we're handing out mortgages in 2008. Everybody gets one. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Here's a solar panel, here's a cigar. It's like subprime mortgages for solar panels. And the best part, if the solar customers default, the solar company gets bailed out by you, the taxpayer. A Sunnova executive who was a theater major in college thinks it's a great deal, and why shouldn't she?
This guarantee basically has the government serve as a credit backstop and say that you can now serve lower credit score customers, and we will take the first loss on any defaults. And so our investors say, great, this is a good way to get customers. We don't have to take so much risk on defaults.
So they take on no risk and get paid on the front or back end. Hundreds of you.
How disgusting is that? Like,
texted me about this last night. Hundreds. You're fed up. We are too. Many of you texted me about how you've been ripped off by Big Solar. And my next guest was one of those people who texted us Monday. She says a solar company sold $60,000 worth of panels to her 86-year-old mother who lives in a trailer and has dementia. Patsy Bronson joins us now. Patsy, what happened with your mom?
Well, it first started out as a sales call where the salesman from the solar company came and just talked to her and said, you know, we can set you up for solar. You'll be able to get it for practically nothing. You'll be able to get a tax credit from both state and federal. Basically, it just started out as a sales call saying, you know, here's everything that we'll do for you. We'll set up the solar panels, and everything's great. And, you know, we'll make sure everything goes okay. And then basically what happened was in December 2021, I got a phone call from my mother, and she's absolutely panicked. She's crying. Basically, she got a letter from the funding company or the lending company saying, welcome aboard, you know, you have a loan with us for over $60,000 for over 25 years. And my mother says, how did I do that? How, you know, how did I do that? And what they've come back with is that the lending company has stated, you know, I said, how can my mother actually qualify for a loan? You know, she was 85 at the time. She's 85. She's on a fixed income of Social Security, and she is in the onset of dementia. And how does she qualify? We can't disclose that.
Oh, of course
basically,
not.
And
they're not allowed to
we
tell you
can't,
anything right after they fleece your family. All right, so
Right.
listen, we're going to ask you to stay in touch with our producers on this because we're going to follow up hard. And anybody else who's watching, please continue to text us because we're going to rain hell on these solar panel companies. It's a huge scam. They're preying on older people, poor people with dementia. It's got to stop. And Joe Biden's financing it. Thank you so much, Patsy. And
that is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. $60,000 worth of solar panels for a lady, I believe they said in her 80s, with dementia. Who in the world spends $60K on solar panels at that age? And this isn't me knocking anybody that's older. Like I said before, it's a beautiful thing that you're able to get to an old age because there's a lot of people who will never get that opportunity. There's a lot of people who won't even get to see the age of 30, let alone 80, right? So I think that's a blessing. It is most definitely a blessing. But how often are 83-year-olds, I think they said 83, taking out a $60,000 loan for solar panels? Like, this is disgusting stuff, man. When I first heard this story, I got so angry. Like, not only are you terrible as a president, I mean, like, literally the worst president ever. You've destroyed this economy, Joe Biden. Destroyed it. Not only that, but now you have allegedly some of your minions out here scamming people. Literally scamming people. How disgusting. How disgusting. And listen, I really wanted to show you guys this story so nobody else gets taken advantage of either. You know, I would hate to see someone else be taken advantage of. This story needs to be broadcast in every single home across America, so everybody knows of this scam. This is ridiculous. Absolutely. First off, why do solar panels cost $60,000? $60,000. What? At that price? Listen, and I'm the type of person, I wasn't like totally against solar panels. You know, hey, sure, I can save a little bit on the electricity bill. Hey, cool, no problem. But 60,000? You can kiss my black behind for that for that price. Kiss my black butt. No. Oh, jeez. Oh, but you get a tax credit. That tax credit better be $60,000. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you get state and federal tax credits. $60,000 worth. I get 30 and 30 from each. What you mean? Come on, bro. That's how they. Well, you get tax credits. Unless them tax credits covering that whole price, I ain't getting it. I don't want it. And you see it with the whole EV industry in terms of the vehicles. These manufacturers, because I've been looking into that a lot recently. I actually started popping up on my feed, the car market, right, and everything. And so, I kind of started coming across the EVs and what's been going on with that, and the market, and yeah, a lot of these manufacturers aren't too happy about these regulations and have actually pulled back on their scheduled production of EVs because they realize people don't want them. We don't want them. Electric vehicle. Why would I want an electric vehicle? Why? Everything that I can get from an electric vehicle, I can get from a gas burning one. So why would I want an electric? What, to save the planet? Because there's no exhaust? What about all the exhaust that came from mining that cobalt? What about all of that? You don't want to dive deep into that. Nobody talks about how these batteries are put together and where the components come from and who's allegedly getting those, those raw materials out of those mines. But, we'll spare y'all from that conversation. Nobody talks about that, you know? Nobody talks about that. Plus, there's something about, like, actually hearing the engine. Like, I don't want just, like, some pumped-in fake sound. Like, I want to feel and hear the rumble, you know? I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just me. And, you know, who was it? There was recently some Biden administrator that was, like, doing, like, a cross-country EV trip. And, you know, they had people in gas vehicles, allegedly, I got to say allegedly, of course, go out in front of her, you know, little motorcade or whatever, and stop at the EV station and park there and save her a spot so that she could just easily pull in and charge her vehicle without having to wait around for forever. Allegedly. Right? Allegedly. But EVs are the way to go. They're the way to go. Not only that, but, you know, I've seen videos of people saying, man, yeah, I stopped and charged up my car and, you know, I sat here for 40 minutes. Who in the, excuse me, almost cursed. Who wants to sit at a gas station for 40 minutes? Yeah, I know they're not gas stations, they're EV charging stations, but I'm saying in comparison, who in the world, if your car took 40 minutes to fill up at a gas pump, would you trade it in? Would you get rid of it? I'm getting rid of it. Who's got 40 minutes to just stand around? But they want us to sit around for 40 minutes trying to charge our EVs. Not to mention the issues that they have in the cold. So people that live in cold weather, you know, bro, no. No. And the infrastructure just isn't there yet. Absolutely not. And yeah, man, we can go down a whole rabbit hole with that. But yeah. Make sure y'all share this video with everybody in your family. Make sure nobody's getting scammed. I don't want to see anyone losing any type of money to this terrible practice. Okay. Please be aware. Always read the fine print on everything. But hey, share this video. This administration needs to be called out for their slime ball tactics. Disgusting stuff. Peace and love, family. I'm out.